All right, so welcome to the exchange. So, first and foremost, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to give you my opinion on what I see in the stock markets. Looking to the left to see what has happened, then looking to the right to see what may happen. Do your own due diligence. Make sure you invest money in things you know about. If you don't know, invest in yourself and learn. That's the best way you can make money out here and have some security in these markets. So, let's look at what happens to stock markets so we can get a better idea and some security in exchange. Welcome to the Exchange Show.
All right, here we go. We're going to talk about AbbVie. If you don't know what AbbVie is, think about getting skinny on drugs. So they just had their earnings, and it looks like we got buy signal right before earnings. We're looking to break that 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is going to help us figure out what's going to happen. So the reason we're looking at it is it needs to break right there. The reason it needs to break there is because that's the resistance. You had a very big sell volume, but not a big sell candle. So that would tell me it wants to buy up. We got a green right here. I got a green here to 14. I'm waiting to get here. So my price target literally would be the 48-day moving average. For me, it could be the 50-day moving average, or you could just say right here around $199 or $200. That's what I would look at for Abby for a day trade, options, or buying the shares. Now, another one I know you probably love is Target. So Target is it's doing bad. It is doing hella bad, like extremely bad. So let's see how bad it's doing. Let's just go back until January. So we had our double top here in January. Okay, and from there, let's see, it has been that's hard, almost a 40% drop since January. So Target's on sale, literally 40% off, under $100. Right now it's at $96.58. Personally, I think it can come down a little bit more, only because we had a lot of selling here in November before. Now, get this, before January, people sold off. Big people bought. Now, a lot of people bought in here. So this is major institutional buying. They bought in here on the 21st of March. It's still selling off. There's a gap here. What I think can happen is that we could go down and just test this low one more time of 89.13. After that double touch, a 2 1 2, I think we're going to go up. So once you see like a W pattern here, I'm thinking we're going to go, huh, hmm, and maybe one of these. So that's what I think will happen. But you could start buying shares now, because if you know it's going to go up at some point, it's probably going to go up. Now, we had the same thing happen where our 9 and 14 tied up together and we had a continuation down. Right now, I would expect the down movement before the up movement, but that's up to you. Take your time, do your own due diligence, check the other time frames, see if you have some kind of I don't know, some kind of idea about what you want to do with Target. But I'm thinking it's going to go down a little bit further, then go up. Now we got another one here. Another one we're going to talk about is, oh, this is a good one. So it's Iridium. So Iridium Communications. This company specializes in mobile data and general data for the cloud that's going through satellites. Okay. So think of what other company does that, run by somebody nobody kind of likes right now. So that company, Skylink, could probably be the closest thing to this. We had a lot of buying here back on February. Another big round of buying back here in December. Another big round of buying back here in October. So people want to buy this. Okay. Before it got under that 200-day like far, there were people buying this. There were corporations buying this. The last big buying day we had was when it was under 200, and that was on March 21st. Then we had a big sell off. Now we have big selling, but we also have rejection. So for this one, I'm going to go into the weekly time frame. We're going to look at this. The reason we're looking at this, we're going to get some weekly levels that we can use. We'll turn off the indicator, and let's get started with making our levels. So here we got that one. course, we have this one. I should move this one up because that's our last one that correlates with that. And let's see. Here's another one. Let's do that one. And of course, let's do this one. So going through this, you'll notice in the weekly time frame, we had a lot of consolidation in between these $24 and $32 range. Now we broke down to the $20 range. When it hit $20, it pretty much was a psychological level. Big selling. But at the same time, it had a big rejection off of that level. Now, with that being said, are we going to get a push to the upside? So this one, I would say watch. This is IRDM, Iridium Communications. Watch this one for how it reacts because you could be looking at a bearish flag that's starting to form here. And if it breaks that flag to the downside, of course, $20. If it breaks $20, look for $16 and change. But you also have this. I want you to look and spot the divergence in the price action because this is one thing that can help you make some good plays. Of course, this is going down. Look here. That was our lowest strength of the market. Next one was higher. So we have divergence, and that's bullish divergence. So we got bullish divergence to the upside. All right. So bullish divergence. I'm seeing the moving average is getting closer. I would go into the 4 hour and say, hey, look, I just got a buy signal a couple of days ago, and that was on when? The 24th. So I would look at it just to, keep your eye open for this. This could be a good one. And last one we're going to talk about is Big Bear AI. Big Bear AI. So why are we talking about this one? This one is an AI machine learning stock, and they are going to be working with the government. Let's put it that way. So they work with AI, machine learning, and cyber engineering. Now, I covered this a while ago. What was this? In February. Now, in February, we were above this area. We had support. It broke down. So this is now going to be resistance. So let's go ahead and make that resistance. Oh, I got another one better than that. There we go. Currently, we're at $3.53. We have a buy signal on a day time frame. It broke out of a consolidation. Now, if you like head and shoulders, this is like already completed its head and shoulders. So our head and shoulders pattern was this move here. And we continued down. So now we're breaking out of that. If we're going to continue and make this, if this was not the shoulder here on the 25th, then this is going to be the shoulder coming up. So either way, you're going to most likely get a push to the upside. You already have a gap, and that was March 25th. Where we had pretty much what I'm saying was the right shoulder forming, and then the continuation down to complete it. Now with this, you got to break the gap and that 48-day moving average. I would then look for a price target of $4.85. So that's what I got for you this week. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to hear more about this kind of stuff, hey, we got a website for you. If you want to see more videos, why don't you subscribe? You'll make sure you get a new video every week. Last week was Easter, so I hope you enjoyed your Easter holiday. I know I did. And I will see you next week on The Exchange.